What's up, everybody? How you guys doing tonight? Hope you guys are ready for an explosive show. Very good show. So, if you're watching this on Facebook, please start a watch party to help, spread the word that this show is on tonight. If you're watching on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up. If you give it a thumbs down, let me know why. The show just started, so let's get ready to get this show on the road. Welcome back to the See Through It podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sales. How are you guys doing? It is Wednesday. I love my intro. That intro always gets me pumped and hyped, ready for the show. I don't know, every time, it's been what? Season 3, tons of episodes, and I still get those nervous, antsy jitters before that red button says I am live. So that intro definitely gets me ready. Plus the pre-show tunes always gets me ready. So hello, Mallory. So again, if you're watching this on Facebook, please start a watch party. Let people know that the show is on. It'll be a good way to spread what I'm saying, the positive, the self-improvement, all that. Be a good way to share good things with other people. So if you're watching this on Facebook, please start a watch party. And let's go ahead and jump into the topic. As you see, the topic today is Own It, I'm Sorry. Own it, I'm sorry. How many of you guys has had trouble with saying I'm sorry? Saying sorry it's tough. Sometimes you want to be like, and it's just saying that word sorry. Well, I'm gonna tell you from my perspective. To me, it's like a admittance of I was wrong. Um, you was right, or submitting, or something like that stuff plagued my mind. So it was hard for me to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry did not roll off my tongue when I was younger. Um, it was not a word that was a part of my vocabulary. It was not something that I, visited often. Um, Only time I probably repeated sorry was, you know, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. I don't want to do it again. It's about the only time, I'm sorry ever came out of my mouth. Maybe when I was in the Navy, I'm sorry, Chief. I didn't. I I messed up. I don't know. But other than that, like to basically, sorry was a thing to save me from, a punishment or something like that. Now, as I got older and got into relationships or whatever, sorry was a word that I packed away. I used sorry in the military. I used sorry when I was a child. But after I got older and was with someone else, I packed that word away. I didn't own anything. I mean, I'm not even going to call them mistakes, because a mistake is something that you didn't know was going to happen, right? We all can agree on that. A mistake is something that you did not know was going to happen. So I'm not even going to say that's a mistake, because that's not owning in it. So there would be many times where I was making bad choices, bad decisions, and sometimes it was out of anger, out of revenge, out of whatever, and I get caught red-handed, and I would deflect, and that's a whole. I'm not going to stay on the topic of deflect, because that's a whole nother episode. But I would deflect. I would flip it to be like, well, you did this, so I had to do what I did, and that's what it is. I mean, my bad if you don't like it, or but maybe you should pay attention to what you're doing, or something like that. I would never come out and say I'm sorry. Like that was not something I was going to do. And for so long, I watched people like get destroyed from me not admitting my own flaws, me not taking ownership of things that I was doing. And I proud myself on, being a man. Like I'm a man. I did what I did, and you're gonna have to deal with it. And I don't know what to tell you. And that whole mindset was just again toxic. I'm letting you guys in every episode. If you haven't noticed, I'm letting you guys in and letting you know how my mindset has changed from when I was younger to where I am now. We can all change from where we were and become something better. And with that, I learned how to say sorry. I mean, that was one time, one big time. I mean, it's been many a time, but one big blowout I had at my dad's church when he was trying to start up a church, and it was with my previous wife, and you know, something was said, and then it blew up. Like, I mean, it blew up. We was in church. Church was over, but we just sitting there talking or whatever, and something I did came out, and I like again, I didn't own anything. I didn't. I wasn't going to take blame. I wasn't going to be like, yeah, it's my fault. You know what? I should do better. No, absolutely not. I was going to, deflect, miss me with that. No, that's not. That's on you. I was going to pin it on someone else. I was going to make all kinds of excuses to make it circle back to that person to be like, well, here's the justification. That's why I did what I did because all of that. Justifying, deflection, making excuses. I never owned anything. And while we was at the church and this all was happening, I have to say about 20 minutes of just yelling and like again, I told you guys, I fed off confrontation. So that got me deeper into anger and just, hardcore deflection. And my mom and dad standing right there. I told you I didn't care. My mom and dad was standing right there, and she's sitting there crying or whatever. And I'm like, it's your fault. And it's like, wow. I'm reflecting now, and I see all that. So I'm like, how could I do that? And my dad was like, how could you do that? Mom looking at me, and it's just because I didn't want to own anything. Saying sorry was not something I was gonna, you know, graciously say. It didn't matter if I was right. Apparently, I was wrong. Obviously, it didn't matter. I was not gonna say wrong. I was not gonna say I'm sorry. And as time, went on, and that relationship, I caused horrific to that horrific relationship to end because I mean I was toxic. I was not the person who I am today. I had to go through a transition. I had to grow up. I had to own all my bad choices. I had to own all my bad decisions. All my, you know, everything that I did. I had to own it. And I had to start out small. I started out, apologizing to my kids, telling them I was sorry. The way I, might have been too aggressive, too angry, um, maybe not showing enough mercy or not being lenient in certain things. And then as that went on, I started just practicing apologizing for everything, even if it was a miscommunication or misunderstanding of it didn't matter. I would apologize, and I just kept practicing that until I became comfortable with owning everything that I knew that I should be owning. I lost my train of thought. Everything that I knew that I should be owning, I just started apologizing for. And when I got married again, and we started having, our conversations or, just little disputes or whatever, I would immediately apologize. The one thing I would tell you guys is always, if you're in a relationship, and again, I'm not a relationship counselor. I'm not, I mean, obviously, I'm not a relationship counselor. But I would recommend apologizing before you go to sleep. Don't sleep with that anger and wake up because you're gonna be transformed into another angry type person. Don't do that. Apologize, fix it, apologize, and if it's nothing to be fixed, just apologize for your, miscommunication part or misunderstanding or whatever you did. Don't even worry about if the other person is going to apologize. And that's the one thing I was so worried about: is that person going to apologize? I was so worried about, well, I ain't hear them apologize first, so I'm not apologizing. And even if they do apologize, I, I don't know. I, I don't know. I might, maybe, if they force it out of me. And if someone has to force an apology out of you, you might as well keep it. People, recognize this. If you have to tell someone, well, if you already told someone that they have wronged you and they refuse to just, be like, you know what? Okay, I understand why you feel that way, and I'll apologize. Now, if y'all want to have a separate conversation on, the miscommunication on whatever, then that's fine. But if you're telling someone they have wronged you and they want to justify, deflect all those things that I just said, they're not going to apologize. And if they do, it's not sincere because they just spent 5, 15, 20, 30 minutes deflecting, trying to make you feel like maybe it was your fault for not understanding, or maybe it was your fault for doing whatever you did. They're not apologizing. They're not sincere. It's not coming from a sincere place. They're still trying to find a way to make you feel like you were wrong in the whole situation. That's not right. And I'm telling you this because I did this. My dog tags, I keep hearing them. Yeah, so don't beg no one for an apology. And if you are the one that should be apologizing, apologize. Take ownership of your bad choices, your mistakes, if it is a real mistake, because that word gets thrown around so much. So much. It was a mistake. I mistakenly kissed this other woman. I somehow tripped 20 yards away and slipped directly on her lips, and we somehow ended up in a hotel. It was a total mistake. I don't understand. I'm sorry. Come on now. Let's own it. We want to, put that coat on and beat our chest. I'm a man, but don't want to take ownership of anything. Own your bad decisions. Own your bad choices. Own it. Say I'm sorry. Don't justify it. Don't make excuses. Don't deflect. The movements is me deflecting and dodging. Don't do none of that. Stand up and say, you know what? I'm sorry for what I did. And if the person that you're apologizing to, want you to elaborate, don't get mad. Just, I'm sorry for blah 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 blah, and leave it at that. Don't worry about if they're going to apologize. And again, I think I didn't complete my thought on that. That was my biggest thing. I didn't want to be the first one, and I was so concerned if they was going to apologize. I was too concerned about what the other person was doing, what the other person was not going to do or was not going to say. For what? Again, I've said, you guys heard me say this so many times. You cannot control what another human being does. You cannot control what another human being does. You can't. You know who you're in control of? Who are you in control of? You're only in control of yourself. That's it. Take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility for what you're doing. Say, I'm sorry. And I'm telling you, once you're able to accept your shortcomings or whatever, and once you're able to say, I'm sorry first, and I mean, not trying to make it a competition who can say sorry the fastest. It's not about that. But it's just being sincere, owning it, and saying, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, you'll sleep better. I mean, I still struggle sleeping, and that's because of other stuff. But anyway, that's not even the point. But you'll feel better because you did the right thing. Oh, I can't get no help. You did the right thing. People are so concerned about who's going to get over them, who's going to one up them. Do the right thing. Let the rest handle itself. Because at the end of the day, you don't have no strings to make anyone do anything. You can't puppet no one. You know, there's no remote control to control anyone. You can't tase them. I'm sure you would like to tase them to get them to do what they need to do, but you can't. So control what you can control. Own it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I think this topic is so fitting for what's going on right now in today's society. I'm sure there's tons of relationships, friendships that have been destroyed because people are you know, I don't even know the word. I'm blanking out. Let me see. Someone say it in the comments. Who can help me in the comments? People are too, concerned about. No, that's not it either. But anyway, people don't know how to let things go and apologize. You know what? I'm sorry. You know, um, that's your political view on whatever, and I'm sorry for stepping on your toes or disrespecting you or how you view things. That's your stance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for whatever. I'm sorry. If we had more people saying I'm sorry and being sincere about it, things would be different. But we don't have that. I'm not gonna say I'm sorry. For what? Who is that guy? Who is that woman? For what? That's the wrong mentality. And if we gonna keep going down that road, it's gonna get so dark. I told you guys this last year. It's not about the political parties or none of that nonsense. And this episode is not about to change into that, but I'm just saying it's a good versus evil. We have a lot of evil clouds clouding the space. We need some more good people doing some more good things, being sincere about their actions. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm trying to be. That's where I'm trying to be, and that's what I'm trying to excel at doing. So say you sorry. Own it. Don't make excuses. Don't deflect. Woman, I can't speak for women because I'm a man, so I can only talk about my own things that I've done and how I was. And I'm pretty sure in those moments that I acted out in those ways were horrific. I can't even fathom what was going on in her mind or in my dad's, and my mom. They probably was like, "Who raised this child?" They probably was like, "Who raised him?" And again, folks, I'm telling you, I was in a whole nother space, and my mind was gone. My mind was gone. So you don't understand the toll you're putting on other people by not accepting what you did was wrong and leaving it at that. Other people's actions will take care of themselves, but make sure when you make an action and it's bad, and you get caught on it or whatever, own it and apologize. So, guys, I hope that was clear cut and understandable. I'm gonna see what we got here in the comments. I see the comments. I heard the pop a lot. Um, let's see how many comments are we at? We got a good amount. Conversation's good. I see we got YouTube and Facebook. So again, folks, if you're watching on Facebook, I hope you share this as a watch party. And if not, that's fine. If you're on YouTube, please hit that thumbs up. You know, it helps YouTube find me to push me out to more people. If you give it a thumbs down, please let me know why. I mean, I don't know why you would, but if you did, let me know why in the comments. Let's go ahead and take a look at the contacts. So I already went through the spiel about YouTube. So subscribe to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, SeeThroughIt1. Follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/STIPODCAST. Join and like the page there. Join the conversation there. Whenever I post on Instagram, it goes there so you can see it there on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, Brian Sales. And you can also follow at Warriors_collection_. We're almost at 100 followers on that IG page. It's growing. I appreciate everyone that has, purchased a shirt, tagged me using the Warriors Collection hashtag with the Sabres. I promise I'm going to do an episode on that brand so you guys can have a clear understanding what it is, what it represents, and why it means so much to me. So stay tuned for that upcoming episode. I'm on audio, as you guys know now. Anchor.fm, Breaker, Spotify, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. So again, if you don't want to see my face, you can listen to the audio. All audio, all day. Thank you again, Ms. Kasi. Ms. Kasi, thank you again for your contributions. Please check your message. I have something for you. Mr. White, again, thank you for your contributions to the show. Appreciate you. Thank you. If you want to become a contribution, if you want to contribute to the show, just in case you missed the contact, you can donate to paypal.me/SeeThroughIt. You can donate there, or you can go ahead and purchase some t-shirts from the Warriors Collection. I'm telling you guys, I got a lot of stuff, a lot of ideas planned for that brand. So it's not a clothing brand. It's more than that. It's about health, self-improvement, self-care, self-protection, learning how to become self-sufficient. It is a whole package, and just we're gonna dive into it. We're gonna dive into it, and I hope you guys like it and truly support it, because it's small business doing something the right way, and it's needed. I believe it's needed. So again, folks, before I get out of here, let me see if I missed anything in the comments. I really do appreciate you guys coming into the comments and leaving your comments. I do read them. If I don't read them in the show because I'm trying to stay on point, I definitely go back after the show and I read them. I promise. I go back and I read each comment. And there's been a couple times where I was cracking up. You guys are funny. I greatly appreciate you guys for definitely coming in and watching this episode, all my episodes. And let's continue to help this podcast grow. Let's keep spreading a positive message and keep uplifting each other in these crazy times. So again, thank you. And remember, don't be blinded by the media. Hashtag See Through It. This is the See Through It podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sells. You guys have a good night. Peace.